Here we are, just looking east over the property, over the woods. Drone sitting over the top of the road, panning down. Seeing what we got here. That's the front pasture. It's about 2 acres. We got the goats and the chickens in there right now. There's a road. Dropping the drone down. And made it a little fast. So here I am walking up the driveway after getting the mail, I guess, going down there. If you look off to the right, you can see there's a brown area that used to be the ditch that would stop everything from washing off the driveway as all the rain came down from up above there and also from the field. And the ditch had piles on both sides, so on the road side and on the far side, and it was just weeds, and it was about as tall as I am. Got the drone following me. I'm not real sure if it was going to work with the trees, if it was going to miss those branches automatically. It's got a function on there where it'll avoid things as I'm going. So what do you know? Didn't cost me $1,200 in crashing the drone. You see later, I do a much better chance at getting that later. So see off to the left, we got our neighbor's property a little bit. There's where the ditch was still. You can see it real good there. You can see some of the disc marks from my disc harrow that I tried to get some grass to grow in there, and it didn't. Right there off to the right, there's some rocks and a little pole sticking in the ground. That's where I now run all the water from there down in that ditch in a tile, a plastic tile. So here we are on the top, and this little area up here off the driveway that goes straight ahead. It's all hard packed, and we call it the freeway. So this is flying over the freeway. You can see there's a hose running across to water the goats and everybody. And then right there's a dirt, that's kind of a ditch I dug to get more water that goes down the chicken house area, get it down there. There's a little ditch there for water too. Saw the Keats off to the left. And come up over the fence here. And now we're looking to the west. And this is again the pasture where the goats are and the chickens are. Off to the left there's some property that has not been maintained real well. They have a couple goats over there, and that's about it. He just mows the perimeter once or twice a year. His trees fell down. Oop, look down at the trees. There we go. Some rounds that I cut from the trees that all were on my side. I got some branches that I got to burn. There's a little pond. That's Wayne's pond across there. Wayne's the neighbor across the street. And there's where I started, right over there. So here, let me fly up down the middle. It's a nice tree off there to the left, and there's our chicken house. Dawn painted it real pretty. We got it fixed up nice. Here's the main compound. I'm going to do a little fly around here. Practice my droning. As I'm droning on with my voice, I'm also droning on with the video. But there's actually a lot going on down here. We've got a lot of work. We cleared a lot of ground and made things and put up a lot of these fences and stuff that are there. All the trees up there are all fruit trees in the front, right along the freeway, all fruit trees. So here I am at the freeway there at the start of it. I'm going to drive onto the back pasture, show you what we got back there. You can see the drone following me. It's really, really smart. It automatically follows me until it gets lost. And fortunately, it figured out there was a tree there, and it didn't keep going and ruin itself. But it was trying to go up and over the tree, and I said, wait, just stop. Got off my silly drone and or my four-wheeler and manually got the drone out of there. What a mess that could have been. So I had some drone issues there for sure. There we go. Safety. Trying to figure it out. It's a whole different menu set when you're running the video versus when you're running photography. And I use it for photography all the time, but I just take bracketed photos, and it's very easy there. So I'm trying it one more time with it following me, and you're going to see. That's hoses that I have drained so that they don't freeze. I put them over there and just let them run out. The drone gets lost again. Just leaves me in the dust, so, or I leave it in the dust, whatever. So here we go. I got it on a Accu track. It's supposed to follow me. It's going to come in behind me. I'm looking down, changing the settings. There it goes. Now it's coming behind me. This is our top pasture. That right there is the middle of that back pasture. It's 7 plus or minus acres. If you count some of the marginal areas around it, around under those trees, you might count up to 9 acres. But then I'm going to change my drone again and head back to the homestead. Here I am, looking at that incredible view I planned. Actually, I didn't plan it. I'm looking at it like, what in the world? Oh well, kind of a cool shot. There's some ground I tried to disc just to see, actually with a cultivator, tried to see if I could aerate a little bit to get some ground water soaking in there a little bit better, because it was running off down the different tiers, off down the woods right over there. There's like 4 or 5 tiers that are cut that have different roads on them that we can travel, and some of them are more like a path or a trail, but kind of fun. So that's a nice wooded area there. We call that Deer Valley off to the left there. There's a lot of good forage there, and the deer love to be there. And it's just below that house right there, which is where we keep our guinea hens when they choose to go in. Sometimes they just stay in the trees out front. So heading back, a little fire pit off to the left. We build it up to, it's about 6 feet tall and about 12 feet around, and then we light it on fire and start over again, because there's been a lot of trash and plywood and pallets and things that are just in the woods, and just pick them up and put them away. So drone finally figured out how to follow me. We're giving it a shot here, and I'm going to try something fancy coming up here. It's not going to work real well. I'm going to have to speed it up in order for it to go. It's supposed to orbit me as I'm driving, so as I'm moving, it's supposed to be going around me. I'm going really slow because it's not moving very fast, but we'll see. This whole field was really a ton of pigweed and just very irregular. You could hardly walk on it. They had used market garden, different rows of plantings there, and then just improved each one individually, and we just decided to get rid of the weeds. So there goes the Keats. So we're just planting pasture grass there to see if we can get ahead of the weeds for a couple years, and there's just too many seeds in the seed bank to deal with. So there's the orbit of the drone. It's working pretty good. I'll take that. Cool. So I'm going to stop that and have it follow me back down. So here we go. Again, back on the freeway. See the 2 doggies, Gravy and Rio. Our water tub in the middle there, that black thing. Boom, boom. There's the ditch that I cut to get the water to go down to the left side of that house, instead of, it used to run down to the driveway and wash all that stuff where I'm driving right now. We just start washing it all away. So I'm pretty happy with the way driveway is going to be intact. We might get some road base put in there this summer if I'm happy with it all. So there's our greenhouse. Surprisingly works really well. It heats up like nobody's business. There's half of my solar array just temporarily leaning up against the barn and on some railroad ties there, and it's working really well. And this is where I keep my 4-wheeler, right in there, and you can see my tractor and a lot of my implements. The old section of that barn is half the size it used to be, and then the part that I built off to the right to keep all the implements dry. So we'll see how it works. So, well, it was fun. I hope this described what our property is on the top anyway. We'll do a woods one a little bit later.